visiting with Rebecca and Quentin Black. Would you share some of your story at Myrtle Grove?
Well, we came 60 years ago. In fact, more than 60 because we hadn't been married very long, just a few months. We were going to Gadsden Street Methodist, and we were building a house in Myrtle Grove, and we decided Myrtle Grove was closer than Gadsden Street. So we started coming over here in the fall of the fall of 56. And we've been here ever since. Raised 3 kids here, 3 boys. And we started off, Ms. Scherer, who was real active in the church and in the Sunday school, and she taught me into helping in the Sunday school. And I did I was pregnant, I think, and I did the Vacation Bible School. And Jean Taylor and Helen Gordon were also in my situation, like expecting babies and helping in the Bible school. So that's how we got started.
And I know Mrs. Scherer never let go of you after
Never
that,
let
right?
go, right.
Right.
But we had a lot of experiences in Myrtle Grove, good ones, and seen a lot of pastors come and go.
What about the experience of your children here?
Our 3 sons grew up in the church. At that time, we didn't have a real active youth group, but they came to church every Sunday in Sunday school, and they remember certain people real well, Sunday school teachers they had. So.
Who are some of the friends that you had back then that you've been friends with over the years?
Well, Helen Gordon and Leon and Jean and Al Taylor. A lot of our friends are not here anymore because, we're getting on up there. But, and of course, Mary Lou and Lloyd Lee, and a group of us, about 8 of us, used to go to Cheehaw every fall and spend the weekend, and so we could see colored leaves.
Yes.
And we always had a good time doing that. And I was in the Barlow class a long time. But then Marcella White asked me to teach the 8th grade because they had moved upstairs in the youth building and she couldn't climb the stairs. So so I started teaching. Jean and I taught the 8th grade for about 7 years. Had a lot of kids that grown up. And but the big thing I had was being in the choir. I sang in the choir for a long time. Went through a lot of choir directors.
Trained a lot of people, huh?
Oh, yeah, a lot. It was great.
Yeah.
Quentin had some good experiences.
Quentin, what roles have you enjoyed playing in the church?
Well, Elijah's Pantry.
Yeah.
Tell us something about what you do.
Oh, in Elijah's Pantry? Well,
You helped start it.
yeah. At first, it was just what people brought. They'd give it to people who needed it. And then we got start taking up money, and we'd go over to Milton where they had the outlet food and buy what they had mostly and give it away to people who came in. But that's about the size of that.
You tell them about the Durango trip.
The what?
Tell them about the Durango trips.
Oh, in about 1950, what was it, 59?
No,
58?
not sure.
Anyway, we went to the Durango, and Bud Rogers and a few of the men, and we had a real ball down there.
You did? Some of the men from the church?
Yes,
Well, more than the men. Mission trip from our
Yes.
church.
Oh, wonderful.
I guess it was 15 people.
Yeah, at least 15 people.
When we first came, the pastor of the church was a young man. And that went on for about a year. And then we got a first pastor. And the pastor lived in a little yellow house over about 5 blocks from the church. But the first pastor that came in 56, we was at a board meeting one time, and he got up and made a speech. He says, "I'm going to be the best pastor that you ever had, but that house has got to go." It was bad, no electricity,
Oh, my goodness.
no,
It was pretty primitive.
and that's all church could afford, I guess.
Oh, my goodness.
Tell them what you've done what job you mostly had in the church.
Oh, I've been working in the office for the Sunday school. I've been doing that for
60 years.
as long as I've been here.
You are faithful. We see you every Sunday.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Is there anything you like best about Myrtle Grove?
Well, we were talking about it today, and we decided that we love our congregation.
Yes.
We have a lot of loving people here.
That is true. True. Is there anything else you want to tell us about your
No,
experience
I
here?
guess we've had a lot of different jobs in the church, both of us.
Oh, we have a nice pastor
Yeah, we do.
and a nice assistant pastor.
Right.
We are very blessed.
Yes.
Give them a good plug
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of pastors come and go because that's the Methodist church,
Right.
but we've had a lot of significant relationships, and that they're always there to support you, whatever's going on.
We had a pastor one time that he had a system that he could call back to the church. You know, he'd go out and visit people or to hospitals and around, and he could call in.
Before cell phones.
Right.
And one day, his car quit. It was a smaller car. And they got him back to church. And one of the fellows at the church took the engine out and overhauled it, put it back in. Mr. Sign, who was that guy?
I can't remember. That's your story.
Oh, it was Gloria Sauce, but
Mr. Sines?
Oh, yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Sines,
Sines,
yeah.
yeah, Raw Sines,
yes, he's a very handy fellow.
yeah. I thought you were gonna tell him about the Christmas trees.
Oh, yes. We decided to buy half of First Methodist had ordered these church. You had to order a year ahead.
And a a boxcar full, right?
Yeah. And
Christmas trees.
we got half of them. Half of them was a lot of Christmas trees. They were all out in the front.
I know, they're all over the place.
And we sold them till 1 o'clock in the morning. People came by, bought those. They bought everything. They bought scraps. You couldn't tell the Christmas tree had been here. They sold a whole bunch.
That was a blessing.
That was, yeah, for
But
the church.
we were so short of money,
Yeah,
the Methodist men decided they'd take on that project. And all the men and the women too worked some
Yeah.
long hours trying to sell those Christmas trees.
Yeah. That's a good story. That's a good story.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things that the church has really tried to do to make ends meet, number one, and for special projects. Just like how we got involved with Frolic on the Green, formerly Frolic on the Green, because we wanted to raise money for the youth. They had so little to go to camp and different things in the summertime, so the Wesleyan Service Guild, which was part of the UMW, got together and decided that we would do that. We would try to have a festival every spring to raise money for the kids, and the kids helped raise the money. In other words, they took care of the kids and helped with all the chores you have to do when you have an activity. And it was a good thing. Anything like that brings our church together in a project for the good is what we want to be involved in.
So we can thank you and your generation for the traditions that we have now.
Well, I guess
In
you
this
could say
church,
that. And
yes.
we, in other words, thank those that came before us.
Right.
When I first came here, Ms. Scherer and Ms. Tyrrell were two of the mainstays of the church, and they give you the idea that what we're here for
Yes,
is to promote God's work.
yes. That's a good ending right there. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank